With your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, a rich man had a steward who was reported to him for squandering his property. He summoned him and said, "What is this I hear about you? Prepare a full account of your stewardship, because you can no longer be my steward." The steward said to himself, "What shall I do now that my master is taking the position of steward away from me? I am not strong enough to dig, and I am ashamed to beg. I know what I shall do so that when I am removed from the stewardship, they may welcome me into their homes." He called in his master's debtors one by one. To the first he said, "How much do you owe my master?" He replied, 100 measures of olive oil. He said to him, "Here is your promissory note. Sit down and quickly write one for 50. Then to another he said, "And you, how much do you owe?" He replied, 100 measures of wheat. He said to him, "Here is your promissory note. Write one for 80. And the master commended that dishonest steward for acting prudently. For the children of this world are more prudent in dealing with their own generation than the children of light." My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated.
Ano itong narinig natin sa Ebanghelyo? The Lord commended a corrupt steward. Corrupt sapagkat kinausap niya yung mga tao na may pagkakautang sa kanyang master at sinabi at binawasan yung mga dapat ibayad. Pero yun ba talaga yung dapat ibayad at yun ba talaga yung kwento nitong binasa nating Ebanghelyo? May context po ito. There is a context to this story sapagkat yung corruption is not a new thing. It's an old practice already. And in the time of the Lord, in the area of Palestine, ay uso na po yung 5-6. Uso na rin yung dagdagan, yung pagkakautang ng sobra-sobra. Uso na yon noon pa. Kaya nga yung ginawa po nung steward o tagapangalaga ng may-ari na binabanggit dito sa binasa nating Ebanghelyo, na madiskubre ng may-ari yung ginagawa niya na pagpapatong ng mga bayarin, ang sinabi sa kanya ay, "Report immediately because you can no longer be my steward." So what he did, may diskarte yung tao. What he did ay isang tawagan yung mga may utang sa kanyang master at tinanong, "Ikaw, magkano utang mo?" "Ito po kadaming olive oil." "O sige, lagay mo na lang 50. Is it really corruption in the gospel that we read today? Pagka binasa mo po yung mga komentary nitong ebanghelyong ito, ang sinasabi lang doon ay ang ginawa nitong corrupt official na ito ay itama yung totoong presyo. So yung presyo na binabanggit po dito na 100 na tawag nito na olive oil, measures of olive oil, ang totoo lang talagang utang noon ay 50. So ang ginawa, dinadagdagan niya ng 50. Yun namang trigo, ang totoong amount lang po talaga noon ay 80. Ginawa niyang 100. So ang ginawa lang niya dito sa ating binasang Ebanghelyo ay itinama yung pagkakamali. The Lord commended hindi yung pagiging tuso niya, hindi yung pagiging corrupt niya, kundi yung paggawa niya ng mabuti hanggang nang mabigyan siya ng pagkakataon to do that, to correct the wrong, to do the right thing, to put things in its proper place. And that's what the Lord commended in the gospel that we read today. But also at the same time, totoo nga, Madiskarte yung binanggit na steward dito sa ating binasang ebanghelyo. And the Lord in the last part of the gospel, He said that the children of this world know how to deal with what is happening here. And sometimes they outdo the children of light, and being prudent in dealing with things about this world. Sa mga panahong ito, we are going through difficult times. We realize that our resources are not much. We realize na kapag tiningnan mo yung mga savings po ninyo, nakikita ninyo hanggang kailan kaya ito sasapat. So we realize the limitation of our resources. And at the same, so much so that people are trying to find ways, not just to survive, but to thrive in this situation that we are in right now. My dear friends, this is what is being asked of us, not only when it comes to our day-to-day existence, not only when it comes to the things of this world, but more importantly when we are dealing with things that is not of this world, when things that are more important to us. Parang sinasabi ng Panginoon, kung dito nga sa lupa, nagiging madiskarte ka doon sa mga bagay-bagay para mag-survive ka, how much more that you cannot exert enough effort at maging madiskarte rin when it comes to your faith, when it comes to your desire to go to heaven. My dear friends, in the gospel that we read today, the Lord commended the steward for being prudent. Alam niya that in yung kanyang oras ay bilang na. And alam niya that in time, sabi nga niya, what should I do? I am not strong enough para magpala. I am not strong enough para maging obrero. I am not strong enough to do these things. And yet I'm also ashamed to beg. In other words, naging madiskarte siya in dealing with his own kind. So much so that the Lord praised that. And it is in us. Dumaan yung bagyo, si Shoni nasa north, mahabol na naman yung letter T, hindi ko alam kung ano pa yung letter T na bagyo. Sunod-sunod. And we praise ourselves for being resilient. Ibig sabihin po nun, marunong tayong bumangon sa mga pagkakataon na mahirap ang sitwasyon natin. Naulit na naman po yung nangyari sa Legazpi. I remember very much. We were also the first ones to enter the UST Legazpi. It was called Aquinas University of Legazpi still during the Typhoon Reming. So we gathered all the resources na madadala po namin. And it was really a sorry state. Nakakabahala, nakakalungkot nung inabutan po namin doon. We did not stay for long there. We just delivered the goods. And then on our way back, I saw a very beautiful image of resiliency. Habang yung ibang tao ay naglalakad, may daladalang galon, walang lamang tubig, when you see in their faces, in their eyes, bakas na bakas pa yung pangamba sa kanilang mga muka at kanilang mga mata. And yet one figure that I saw is that an old man, dala-dala yung kanyang pang-araro at nasa likod yung kalabaw. That for me is a very strong image of resiliency. Babangon at babangon. Darating at darating itong mga pagsubok, pero babangon at babangon. Didiskarte at didiskarte. Gagawa ng paraan para maitawid ang mga pangangailangan sa pamilya. Gagawa ng paraan para maipagpatuloy ang buhay. Ganon din yung nangyari dito sa binasa nating Ebanghelyo. He was thinking, paano ko maipagpapatuloy yung buhay ko now that I will no longer be in position. And the Lord appreciates every time that we stand up kapag iginugupo tayo ng mga pagsubok ng buhay. The Lord is also telling us in the gospel that we read today that He will be there with us and for us to strengthen us sa pagharap nitong mga pagsubok na dumarating sa ating buhay. My dear friends, madiskarte ang Pinoy, resilient, pero meron pang isang elemento yon. Marunong tayong kumapit sa kamay ng ating Panginoon, and that's the reason why we continue to overcome these challenges. Sana patuloy nating maalala itong gift na ito sa ng ating Panginoon. Kind of